Hello everyone. Till now we have read about plane mirror. Now plane mirror is basically a mirror which have a flat reflecting surface. This is the flat reflecting surface of the plane mirror and this side is polished. Each image formed by a plane mirror will have certain properties or characteristics which we have already discussed. It will be erect, it will be virtual, it will be at the same distance, of same size and of same color. And the image form will show lateral inversion. So these we have already discussed. Today we are going to continue about some other mirrors. Because you might have noticed all the mirrors are not plane, means all the mirrors are not having the flat reflecting surface. I have drawn here two curved mirrors. Now you will find that this side is the reflecting surface in case of this mirror and the other side is polished one, and in this is the reflecting surface and another side is polished. Now these mirrors are also called as spherical mirrors. And why we consider them as spherical mirror? Because they actually are appearing as part of a sphere. And I think every one of you is aware about sphere. Sphere is a solid circular body. For example, this is a ball. Now ball is circular, but because it is solid, so it is an example of a sphere. If I'll cut this ball into half, then what I will get? I will get two hemispheres. I have just cut it into half. And on polishing these halves from one side, I will be getting one this curved mirror and one this curved mirror. So basically, I want to explain you that curved mirrors and spherical mirrors are actually same. The term spherical mirror is actually used to explain that these when joined together, they will come out to be as part of one sphere. So this is about my spherical mirrors. Now because spherical mirrors are having properties different from the plane mirror, so the images formed by these spherical mirrors will also have differences in the properties. So this we are discussing in this topic. So here I have just explained to you about the curved surfaces. These mirrors have some specific names. The mirror which have the curved surface outside means where the reflecting surface is curved outside is called as a convex mirror, whereas the mirror in which the reflecting surface is curved inside is called as a concave mirror. So if you have to keep in mind, it will be very easy for you to keep in mind with just one thing, that cave. Now cave, you know, is a term used for the caves like we are having. In the previous time, ancient times, people were living in caves. So what is there? We have to just enter in. So where the reflecting surface is like a cave, that will be considered as concave and the another one is convex. So basically concave mirror and convex mirror are examples of spherical mirrors. And why these are considered as spherical mirrors? Because somehow when these are completely drawn, then they will come out to be as a part of a sphere. So this is about what are convex mirrors and what are concave mirrors. You can come across a number of such examples where you can just see that concave and convex mirrors are existing. For example, this is a spoon. Now spoon is a very clear example of concave and convex mirror. How? If I'll consider this as my reflecting surface, so it means this is behaving as convex mirror. If I'll consider this as my reflecting surface, it means this is behaving as a concave mirror. Means it depends upon I'm considering which side as reflecting surface, I will be getting the name accordingly. So from this side it behaves as a convex mirror, and from this side it behaves as a concave mirror. So you can come across a number of such examples where you can easily distinguish between a convex mirror and a concave mirror. Now let us discuss about some properties of these spherical mirrors. So for that, what we have to do is first consider the concave mirror. Now what you have to do about concave mirror, take a steel spoon, look your face into the steel spoon on this side, because this time this is the reflecting surface, and keep on observing. What you will notice when you increase the distance between your face and spoon, initially you will find that size of the image is big and it will be erect at a certain distance. Okay, if you keep on increasing the distance, you will find that your image has started inverting and the size of image is big. When you further increase the distance, you will find that the image is still inverted, but now the size has reduced, or we can say diminished. Size has reduced. So as we keep on changing the distance between the object and the mirror, we will get varying sizes of image. Initially, when the distance is less, then we will get a large size erect image. When the distance is increased, we will get a large size inverted image. And when the distance is further increased, we will get an inverted image, but the size will be reduced now. Now next what you have to do is, on considering the convex side, means if I'll see myself in this image, what I will observe is, I will see my image as erect but small in size. This will be the characteristic of the image formed in convex mirror. It will be erect and small in size. Now this is erect and small in size, and on increasing the distance, what will happen? The size of the image will further keep on decreasing. Means when you are studying about the images formed by the mirrors, one thing you should always keep in mind, that distance matters a lot. As you keep on changing the distance between the object and the mirror, you will always find that the images formed will have different characteristics. It will not be same. So just you keep in mind that there are the images formed between concave mirrors and convex mirrors are not always same. This will help you in better understanding of the topic, that if you get an image which is inverted and reduced in size, immediately you can say that yes, this is an example of a concave mirror. If you have to identify with the characteristics of the image what is the nature of the mirror, you can easily find out. If you are looking at a mirror in which there is an erect and small size image, it is an example of a mirror which is convex. So hope it is clear to you now. What I basically want to make you understand is that all the mirrors are not having ability to form the same images. There will be certain terms which are required to be considered while discussing concave and convex mirrors, that we will be learning in next classes.